Joe Cusick of Cusick Advisors joins us now to take a look at a couple of stocks on his radar, but one is actually an ETF. It's ASHR. I call it Asher, but it's a China play. It's a Chinese ETF. What are you seeing the options on this one, Joe?
You know what? There's been a lot of call activity, and this has been very interesting because Asher is one of those stocks that plays China, as you had just mentioned. It's a great way for us here where we hear a lot of news. There's a lot of mixed news coming out of China. There's less exports. They're concerned about inflation, especially price inflation within those markets, but it seems like China always bounces back. If in fact China is going to bounce back, they're going to need a lot more stimulus, both on the export side as well as internally. It seems to be that a trader out there is seeing the same thing, seeing that potential is through April expiration, and they're buying some out-of-the-money calls right around the $23 mark. They're paying about 60 cents. That's a 45-day play. It shows me that there's conviction on a 45-day bullish play, but not a conviction going forward past that. So I want to keep a tempered enthusiasm on the bullishness in China.
So they think that Asher is going up. Let's talk about another A name. It's Alcoa, which is splitting itself into two publicly traded companies later this year. What do you think about Alcoa in the near term?
Is still has some upside potential, especially if in fact we see the infrastructure plays come moving along, both overseas. The interesting thing is that I've been seeing strategists coming out and they're actually positioning into the July expiration cycle as far as options are concerned, and they're buying calls. And they're buying out of the money calls, $11 calls. Now part of that could be because of the spinoff. There could be some, we're still getting details on how that actually is going to play out. And obviously until it happens, you really never know. Believe me, I've played spinoffs before. It's very interesting. And you have to be careful.
Tricky would be another word I would use.
Yes, interesting, tricky. Yeah, it's cost me when I was a market maker down here, but that's for another day. But the point being is that there was a strategist that was buying calls that are expiring out in July. I like how they position this. Until I see the conviction that they're buying a lot of stock, I will consider this a tempered bullish play.
But a bull nonetheless.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.